Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a reaction.
Yeah, I can't. Yo, this stuff. Yo, y'all about to take some of the... Right here. Yo, Denims, Frogan. Ian, you're already done. Hassan, brother, I'm just waiting for you to say the next John. Let's keep it a buck, bro. I know you about to open. Actually, as a matter of fact, one of the Jones we got pulled up, we were supposed to watch the slops yesterday. Trilly's a bum, so, you know, we watching him today. We got something for you. You're already done. I'm not going to lie. And I know you're going to say something tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. You're never going to shut up. I'm going to keep farming you forever. Skirt out the way. Never mind. We can go back to you. Shawnee irrelevant. Irrelevant. Anyway. Denims and Frogan, y'all done. It's so funny the fact that y'all sitting here doing the L John, and obviously we're looking at this in hindsight. Duh, we know this was dropped later. But the factor of like, yo, y'all dropping the L, like y'all taking the ultimate dub, like y'all about to take the ultimate dub, yo. On Ethan, when he sit here and served y'all up the meanest John, the most slam dunk Anisa must have threw the lob case I ever seen. Let's all say it with me now. Unfortunate for them too. Ridiculous! This is this is pitiful. This is pitiful. Did y'all miss me? I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all probably like, yo, Trilly, you lazy bum. You ain't post the slops yesterday. It's not sloppy enough. Tough. I know. My bad, y'all. Come on. We're supposed to be on the daily slops. What are we doing? Trilly always preaches consistency. Not consistent. But, yo, we had the cookout on Saturday. For some of y'all that seen on the little video when we dropped the little podcast showing y'all watch Ethan on the last episode of the podcast or whatever, right? But then we had a cookout. Probably a little too hard for Trilly. Had to take a little rest day yesterday on Sunday. But we back, baby. And like I said, better than ever. Because the downfall gets sweeter every time. Like I say, Yoko and Soy Dubs, worst looks possible. We know everything. We've covered everything up to this point. Even relitigated some things. And definitely going back to check out others. Y'all know how that gets down. But like I said, the downfall for Yoko Soy Dubs, pristine. And I saw in the ether spaces another video was dropped by internet anarchist, video essayist, the deserved downfall of IDubbbz. So you already know I'm here for it, baby. So I ain't gonna waste no more time, bro, because this intro already long enough. Yeah, no, I get that. Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed yap everything every time, even though we took a break from the yap sessions. Pitiful. Let's get right into it. You already know, like I said in the intro, shout out, shoulda love with Internet Anarchist. We got the deserved downfall of IDubbbz. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video? Down in the description. First link. Shoulda love with Internet Anarchist, like I said. Let's get right into this, boy. We can't afford no more breaks. Trilly, nah, you don't get no time to rest, boy. Yeah, y'all see this headphones trying to do me dirt. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Just when he thought Anisa's husband, aka IDubbbz, aka Ian Jomha, couldn't dig himself into a deeper hole,
He can.
he decides to not just backstab one of his biggest supporters, Ethan Klein, but totally destroy whatever hope he had of Creator Clash 3 succeeding.
Wakey wakey, Ethan. I will never forget seeing this for the first time. The video, obviously, yo, it's on the page when we watched the Content Cop H3. Yo, when I seen this, John, y'all are still cornballs. Y'all are still. Let me just keep pushing it, bruh.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Yo, y'all didn't even tell me, bruh. Yo, they tried to snipe me. Y'all see this? Tried to snipe me. Not happening. It's still there. Hold on. Clap it up. Oh my gosh. Yo, y'all, don't worry. We fixing it up soon. Like I said in some of the other Johns, yo, we upgrading, bruh. It's that time. Because we can't be dealing with this jazz. Alright, anyway.
Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no
Wake up, Ian. Your career is over.
longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be uncovering the story of the most mismanaged creator event in internet history, Creator Clash
Creator Clash
3. How IDubbbz managed to ruin the event before it even started, what he did to degrade his reputation even further, and why he can't seem to understand it's all his fault. Last year, I made a-
That's what I'm saying, like, again, like, with all the stuff coming out, like, yeah, don't worry. Yoko, she has quite the blame to take, let me tell you. I'm still waiting for the apology for Content Cop Tana. But anyway, yeah, like, a lot of heads are shoving it onto Yoko, me included. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But obviously, at the end of the day, this is still all Ian's fault, because he's willingly letting Yoko do all this John to him. Let it be the emasculating, the humiliation, the embarrassment. But also to that, like, yo, with her wanting to be like a cloud demon parasite or whatever, we're trying to like do all these different things, flying 300 different creators, try to get a sign at this boy. Like, yo, Ian, you could just be like, nah. You could just be like, no, but he doesn't. So, hey, brother, you're taking this hell on the chin.
A separate video discussing the first two Creator Clash charity events, as well as how IDubbbz managed to simultaneously sour both his reputation and the event's goodwill through a petty feud. Between 2021 and 2023,
Mr. Hyde.
IDubbbz and the creator Sam Hyde found themselves locked in a number of heated exchanges that stemmed from a failed documentary collaboration. From IDubbbz banning him and the fighter he trained.
Don't hurt me, Mr. IDubbbz. Don't hurt me, Mr. IDubbbz. Yo, that joke was so funny, bro.
From attending Creator Clash, to Sam calling him a cuck for support.
Let's see. SNL. To clarify, about 5 front row tickets and found out I was, found out a few hours before the event that I was banned. So it was all at. Surely can never grammar. That I was banned, so out about 11.5K. Oh yeah, we were saying about this in some of the other vids. Also, security was walking around with pictures of my face and bothering some people about wearing my shirts, and the cameraman were told to avoid entire sections of the crowd rocking my shoes.
Porting his wife's OF account. The two were locked in an ever-escalating beef that was ruining the fanfare around the event.
Were you under the impression that you were going to be on this card at any point?
No, I didn't think I.
Brandon Buckingham, yo, again. Shout out the audience as always. Nice showing love. One of y'all recommended me watch Brandon Buckingham going to Creator Clash, so I ain't gonna lie. We finna check that boy out. That's what I was saying earlier, yo. Some of this stuff, a good amount of it, at least by Trilly, because, you know, Slippy! At least should be sloppy. Again, taking breaks. What's wrong with Trilly? But, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Good amount of this stuff getting relitigated. I ain't gonna gap. And I'm there for all of it.
I was going to be on the card, but I didn't realize at any point that I was going to be blacklisted from a charity event that I bought. I got 5 front row tickets. It was $10,000, and it's for charity. And supposedly I'm going to be refunded this money. So I guess he wants me not around badly enough that it's worth taking away $10,000.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying, like, yo, Ian is seeing Sam in his nightmares, bro. Yo, after that failed doc, I'm not gonna lie, like, yo, the image on the poster, bro, yo, because we watched both docs, and I'm pretty sure in Ian's doc it was censored, but in Sam's doc, no, boy, I'm not gonna lie, the image of that poster is burned into Ian's mind. Nah, it's over, bro. I'm telling you, Sam Hyde absolutely cooked him.
From charity.
While the first installment of the Creator Clash brought in over $1 million for charity, the second
1.3 to be in fact. The second one was down minus 500K, and then they only made it halfway to up the red. I ain't gonna lie, still negative 250. Where's the money? Like, come on now.
Was a complete bust and lost around $250,000. One thing of note during this entire controversy was IDubbbz's extreme sensitivity to criticism. Whenever fans or
Yeah, like always. But he does it to himself. Again, like, we seen it within the concern trolling video, brother. He's reading like every 150,000 plus comments, sitting there reading them all, man. Putting them boys in chat GPT. The mega comment. The one comment. That was so stupid.
or creators like Sam called him out for denouncing the edgy persona that built his career, IDubbbz would immediately overcorrect by either trying to silence the criticism
Ooh, I wonder what age you learned empathy.
Criticism, or doubling down on hating the man he used to be.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room
You weren't clear about Creator Clash. I'll keep it a buck with you, man. Especially not the third one.
for ambiguity. I am responsible for creating
You
a
were too vague. You were way too vague, let me tell you. You weren't really too communicative. Your communication skills on that boy need some improvement. But let's not talk about the empathy.
lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel, and I've also created a culture of apathy and I don't know, a lot of like cruelty as well. Like
Of course, obviously you shouldn't say slurs and all that type of jazz. Duh. Like, as we're going in more in progressive society and progressive world. Yeah, those things, big no-nos, not so goosh. But brother, like, yo, you were doing edgier Jones and you could obviously grow and change, like, out of that, but still, like, be in the same style of humor. You are the one who turned yourself soy! Like, bro, it's killing me, bro.
you know, some of the videos I've made have been very not edgy. I don't think they you know, some of these videos were edgy. I think they were just outright cruel. So I don't
Nah, they were edgy.
want people
Two things can be true.
to, you know, get it confused about, you know, where I stand. I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really
Good. Like, you again, this is what I say all the time. Well, especially with the pattern's behavior and like apologizing and moving forward, like, yo, as long as you can acknowledge you made mistakes, this is what obviously change is. You acknowledge you made mistakes, things that you're remorseful for and or like sorry for. So from there on, boom, you realize it, you change and not do those things. You change and do better things and become a better person off of that. There's nothing wrong with Ian apologizing initially, the first time. But brother, when you're hitting me with an apology every time, one, it starts to become disingenuous, and two, it's like, yo, I get it. It's like, I get it. Yo, like, yo, Ian, it's, oh my God, you just let yourself all the way go. Better yet, you didn't even let yourself go. Yoko bullied you into being gone. Depressing. Disappointing.
sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
While the controversy cost him more than 700,000 subscribers and left a mark on his reputation, IDubbbz was mostly able to put it behind him and resume uploading content in the months that followed. However, by the 4th of February 2025, IDubbbz would take yet another sip from the well that had poisoned his career when the Creator Clash Twitter account announced the next installment of the charity event.
Yeah, after two, again, you lost negative, like, well, you lost negative. You were down negative 250K. You started off initially, again, like we said earlier, negative 500K. Yo, you spent all this money on these galas, these parties and all that, flew 300 creators out, like, did all this different jazz. Did not donate a single dollar to charity. And who greenlit having a third one? It makes no sense. I'm still baffled on it, right? You didn't donate $1 for this so-called charity boxing event. Like, yo, why even have a third? Who trusts you enough to make money this time? Negative 250 bands, not even close to the break even, let alone green a positive, a profit. Oh my God. It just blows my mind.
Despite the previous controversy surrounding IDubbbz and the Creator Clash brand, viewers were more than willing to give the event and its associated charity streams another shot, with comments like, "I had literally zero idea this was even happening. I think this was a great idea to promote the—"
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. No one did. You wanna know why? Because their marketing and promotion, especially on Ian and Yoko's side, Ian and Anisa's side, was terrible. There was no promotion. They wouldn't even tell their fighters, you know, the heads on the card, the creators that have audiences, to post something. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The actual event coming up, but this live stream itself needed to be announced ahead of time. This was fun and looks like it has lots of potential to get lots of money for charity if you—
And it didn't.
advertise it a bit. I'm sure lots would show up and donate. Please promote the event.
Yeah, if you advertised it. They didn't. They barely tried.
And more than last year, I want to see it be successful. The positivity around the event wasn't just limited to the comments, as many viewers eagerly supported the stream with several generous donations.
Yo, is this what Mike was talking about? Bro, she really had you just down and just them Twinkies, huh, boy? She had you mixing them Twinkies. You was getting into a hot jump with them jumps. I bet you know how to box those, but you definitely ain't know how to box in the ring. You know what? Let me not even.
Oh, thank you, Ethan and Hila, for the 1,000.
Whoa, Ethan and Hila, $1,000. Woo!
For stand up to cancer.
As IDubbbz
Disingenuous as hell, boy.
This charity event was gaining momentum.
You know Yoko sitting there, boy. Ugh. Of course they had to donate money. Take away from my limelight. Like, boy, get the
One of its biggest supporters was facing a very unsettling situation. Around March 2025, Ethan and his family became the target of a disturbing harassment campaign when Child Protection Services was falsely called to his home after he mentioned that they could have contracted
the whole false CPS situation.
the Giardia from their dog.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Oh shit.
And like again, all the shit got debunked. No one had Giardia. The only person, like not even person, but the only, you know what I'm saying, one that had Giardia was Olive the dog. You know what I'm saying? Which is obviously Giardia is one, something that is very common that heads get all the time, and two, you just take medicine. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get some antibiotics, take it, and it's gone. Like, bro, heads like Mr. Bad in my panda. I hear saying that there's like dog shit and shit all over the house. All this different John heads are being treated so badly. The kids are being abused. Like, yeah, it was bullshit. Yo, Ethan posted the docs too to confirm, like, when CPS came through, that there was nothing wrong. So yeah, those niggas really got debunked. Was there shit all over the house? Nigga, no. You niggas are liars, spreading misinformation like usual.
Oh,
And now Hila has Giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
What can I do to not get it? From
Yeah, I'm trying
to-
because I'm not trying to get
Can
it.
we crank the AC maybe?
Is it?
It's
Turn up the
extremely
AC,
ridiculous
hilarious.
to get. You have to ingest my poop.
While the manner in which his family contracted the disease might suggest some hygiene concerns, Ethan strongly believed it wasn't serious enough to warrant a CPS visit to his home.
Yeah, and it was so crazy because, like, I think, what was it, in the content? Yeah, the content deputy, yo, Ian was trying to say that, like, yo, the members in the chat were saying, like, oh my god, even members in near John are concerned, like, that there's some John going wrong. When obviously and clearly, if you looked at, like, what the members were saying, heads were saying, like, poo-poo Klein, caca Klein, like, bro, that John is jokes. Ian forgot what humor is because Ian is not funny anymore because, again, he soyed out his whole personality. It's the whole thing with learning empathy, even though he himself claims his empathy meter is only like a fourth, so doesn't look like he fully learned empathy, but I think we're seeing that. It's so stupid. Yeah, the things he finds humorous now is when, you know, saying 2 human skulls are sent to your house. It's apparently very funny these days. Dumbass.
It turned into this whole snark narrative that our house is a mess, that there's dog shit everywhere, that Sonny is eating shit and getting Giardia, and that, you know, etc., etc. And well, it culminated in somebody finally an anonymous call went into them on the 3rd, saying that they were somebody that works at the house.
Yo, it's like, yo, see, as I see more of this stuff, like, yo, it just, like, again, brings up everything in my head. This is why I always say, and I'm stamping all the time and keep saying it, this is why we enjoy the sloppy, because then I'll see stuff like this and more clips and it'll reference other stuff I can bring back to. But yo, that was another thing Ian was on. He was saying that, like, yo, Ethan was like crashing out and all this different jazz, and like he was going crazy, and it's like, yeah, dumbass, you're leaving out the part where yo, CPS just got called to his crib, they're visiting his house. I think he would be a little mad. Oh, he's busting out goblin and demon mode. Yo, Ian's such a fucking moron. It's so funny.
and they wanted to report us because our kids are crawling around eating dog shit and getting viruses. And they were able to provide enough details because of what I said on the show to make it appear that it was somebody. He said, like, when he first showed up, he's like, it's somebody that you know who made the report.
The incident cut so deep that Ethan and Hila would go on a several minutes long rant about how their close friends.
Stupid. Like, just on a general basis, yeah, the fucking millionaire podcasters, yeah, they're gonna have shit all over the house and all that, John. Totally facts. And even the factor of that, like, yeah, didn't they have like maids and all that type of jazz? Now I know heads were saying like they had like this whole John where their like maid was suing them, which is a whole thing in itself, and obviously where that goes, it goes unless it's concluded. But obviously, I'm not very privy to the John on that. But even still, they had a maid and housekeeper. So wouldn't you think the house would be clean? Just saying. But yeah, again, this shit got debunked.
Friend IDubbbz and Anisa didn't bother standing up for them in the face of online harassment.
Yeah, they couldn't disavow a false CPS call.
Something they gladly did for the Jomhas months prior.
Thanks, Anisa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, because like, why
you look so fucking funny for this shit.
would I not? It was crazy. It was crazy. People were shitting on you and Ian because you did. Of course I was gonna stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
Denims.
So
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out.
Actually, the whole orbit. Denims, Frogan, fucking Ian. I ain't gonna lie, obviously, but obviously talking about Anisa. Who else? Hassan in a way.
With those people, and have no spine, and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you. Enjoy your new friends.
For a bit of context, the new friends Hila and Ethan were referring to
were you gonna show them?
A group of creators associated with Hassan.
The Hassan Orbiters. Fucking course.
Ethan and Hassan frequently clash over different political topics, and the debates often get personal.
It's like, yeah, and that's, oh my god, like, yo, see, I love talking about this shit. Y'all heads don't even understand, because again, I correlate everything back. And that's the thing, like, on the political views, especially towards the topic, like the main talking topic of Israel-Palestine, like, yo, Ethan and Hassan pretty much align on most Johns. It's just Hassan's fucking dumbass, crazy-ass, extremist, like, radical fucking rhetoric. Like, that shit, obviously we know. What's Hassan? Who has Hassan's favorite flag? Like, bro, it's this dumb shit that's coming out his fucking mouth. And then obviously, you know, like the whole thing with leftovers, and they split up on that, and then you know, obviously for there on future things happen. That's how we all culminate to things happening now. But the main thing to that is just like, yeah, it's like, yo, when it comes to politics, like, they don't even disagree on most Johns. It's just, again, Hassan basically glazing up terrorists and shit. It's freaking dumb. Like, and then obviously Hassan also says he doesn't participate, and I talk about this all the time. He doesn't participate in these personal beefs, which that is insta debunked. Because again, Hassan, why are you watching them Bad Emma Panda videos? It's like, bruh, it's hilarious.
Considering IDubbbz's association with both parties, you'd expect him to stay neutral and not pick sides.
Our silence means something.
Unfortunately, he was not at all interested in being
neutral,
as IDubbbz was about to betray his friend in the worst way possible. On the 16th of April 2025,
Content Cop H3, F- Content Cop. It goes on the tier list. That boy is not looking good on it. Like I said, F-.
IDubbbz would revive the legendary Content Cop series with an upload
only to crash and burn that fucker to the ground.
Dedicated to dissecting his former friend, Ethan Klein.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to...
Yeah, you two niggas will forever be cornballs. Like, my mind will never change. The G-boys will think you niggas are kings, but I know you niggas are fucking morons.
Be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb...
I can't. Wait, hold on.
The bitch is telling you to wake up.
I'm not gonna lie, yo, Denims, you pretty woke right now. Yo, I can't, bro. That shit funny as fuck. Yo, Denims, you're woke. You're woke. You're awake. Yo, how's that lawsuit looking? That shit. Spicy. Yo, that's tough. I'm not gonna hold you. Yo, you're woken up. I'm not gonna lie. We know Ethan is awake. I'm not gonna lie. For sure, we know his lawyer's awake too. Are you awake? Cause it's about to be a rude awakening. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Beast? Yo, see, this is why Trilly can't take a break from the drama slops, bro. See, I'm not gonna lie. I be needing to come here and just laugh at these bulls. I'm not gonna. I just be feeding it. I do not care if heads clip this. Yo, the Jalooper, Trilly Jalooper, salivating to come make fun of these bulls for being morons. I'm gonna keep it a stack. This is hilarious. Yo. Oh my god.
Ethan, wake up.
Okay, yo, Sean D irrelevant. Yo, get off my screen, gang.
Wake up. Since anyone, just wake up.
Yo, we really trying to pretend this John wasn't a dog whistle.
Wake up. Since anyone, just wake up.
It wasn't a dog whistle? Alright.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a reaction.
Yeah, I can't. Yo, this stuff. Yo, y'all about to take some of the... Right here. Yo, Denims, Frogan. Ian, you're already done. Hassan, brother, I'm just waiting for you to say the next John. Let's keep it a buck, bro. I know you about to open. Actually, as a matter of fact, one of the Jones we got pulled up, we were supposed to watch the slops yesterday. Trilly's a bum, so, you know, we watching him today. We got something for you. You're already done. I'm not gonna lie. And I know you're gonna say something tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You're never gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep farming you forever. Skirt out the way. Never mind. We can go back to you. Shawnee irrelevant. Duh, irrelevant. Anyway. Denims and Frogan, y'all done. It's so funny the fact that y'all sitting here doing the L John, and obviously we're looking at this in hindsight. Duh, we know this was dropped later. But the factor of like, yo, y'all dropping the L, like y'all taking the ultimate dub, like y'all about to take the ultimate dub, yo. On Ethan, when he sit here and served y'all up the meanest John, the most slam dunk Anisa must have threw the lob case I ever seen. Let's all say with me now. Unfortunate for them too. Ridiculous! This is this is pitiful. This is pitiful.
Yeah, content yet, chat.
I'm the same. Nobody's telling me wake up, Ethan.
Ooh, yummy. I love Sabra hummus.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan. Just wake up.
According to
You freaking morons. Oh, it's hilarious.
IDubbbz, the content cop on Ethan was necessary for two reasons.
It was.
One, Ethan's recent attack on him during the
Right.
H3 podcast. And two, Ethan's inability to handle political discussion.
Because Hassan and his audience, they're very politically savvy, let me tell you.
Guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with
I would say I'm semi-familiar at the very least.
His podcast, he's had a show with Hassan Piker. In
Leftovers.
doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level, progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick?
Yo, this hat is fucking crazy.
Once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers, you trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic. Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Me personally, Hassan be giving me goofs and gaffs every day with the dumbass rhetoric coming out of his mouth. But that's me personally, though.
We don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic.
From IDubbbz's perspective, Ethan's personal connection...
Brother, fuck that. I don't expect Hassan to be an expert in common sense. So, I mean, hey.
And humorous approach to content creation made him ill-equipped to handle a particular political discussion.
Sure.
He even went so as far as to...
And you can have that opinion, and I don't, like, truly care if you do or not, because honestly, yo, like I be saying all the time, on the Pope Diorio time, and I know they're gonna be saying glazing, skinwalking Pope Diorio. Yeah, the political discourse and all that, I don't really care for it. I learn against my will. I'm here for the dramas, the slops, and for the love of babes and the huns. It's love to y'all. The teas, baby. Yeah, like the political Johns that's included with it, I learn against my will. I don't really have a fight in this political discourse, and I say it all the time. Even if you do like see me give my conjecture on it because it's included on the John, should you take it seriously? One, no, because as I say all the time, also to that, like also to other things, you should be objective and have your own viewpoints. But two, yes, look at me. For the Bulls, they do not know Trilly. Hey, what up? I ain't gonna lie. For the Huns that don't know Trilly, again, it's love. What up? Yeah, for the political Bulls, yes, you shouldn't take my rhetoric seriously. Yeah, look at me. Yeah, no, you're not gonna take my political rhetoric seriously, and I don't even really feel like I have it because, again, I'm not going out of my way to talk about this boy. It's like, bro, but yeah, to the main point I was making, yeah, if you're gonna say like, what's the name? Ethan wasn't well equipped to talk about this, John. Yeah, neither is Hassan. Just because you talk about politics does not mean you're super, super well educated and knowledgeable about politics. Like, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, this is the same John that Heads be saying about Asmongold, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Heads would be like, yo, yeah, Asmongold's a political commentator and all that. I would agree now. Like, yeah, obviously, he talk about politics and all that. But is he super mega 4,000 IQ, 1,000 IQ, whatever? Mega genius on politics? Nah. Like, when you think of Asmongold, you think of the Bull, like, the Bull, just some again. Like, yo, actually, better yet, it's like the John I say all the time to that, too. Yo, when you think of Asmongold talking about politics, you think of, like, yo, you walk in your local Walmart and just ask somebody about like something about politics going on. Like, it's like, yo, we not like, bro, I'm not taking these bulls like Hassan or like, you know what I'm saying, even Ethan or Asmongold like dead serious when I'm watching his politics, John, bro. It's just like a content creator and all this type of shit, bro. You're watching them for entertainment. If you want to learn some educational shit, you'll go through more educational means. Not saying you can't learn shit from like streamers and or all this different John. Like obviously there are some streamers who follow more of a educational path of making content than others. Duh. But still, like, yo, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be dying by some of these heads, like even Ethan again, and obviously you could see Heads will give me the Ethan Glazer title, Ethan Orbiter title, but I will tell you, Ethan's discourse, like, yo, you shouldn't follow this shit to the T's. You know what I mean? Like, yo, have your own fucking brain. Again, you fucking Hassan G boys. Think for your fucking self. God damn it. Like, yo, that shit is so embarrassing, bro. Holy fuck.
His coverage as propaganda.
He's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan
not savvy for shit.
Is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're...
He's a political commentator and or / political drama streamer, bro. Let's stop trying to pretend this nigga don't cover these dramas. He blatantly participates in these shits.
Very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call...
How many accurate things you be seeing Hassan say? Oh, right.
Pull it out.
Political debates aside, IDubbbz would spend the vast majority of the video responding to his recent falling out with Ethan and justifying why he wouldn't speak for his former friends.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anisa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
Anisa is whatever she wants to be in that moment.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anisa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
Yo, Anisa, again, isn't even familiar with thinking. And again, you get your thoughts from her, so it's not looking good.
Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
When it came to Ethan talking
Didn't look like you were in the first place, so,
about the people who spread rumors about him, IDubbbz made it seem like he was overreacting and that it wasn't as serious as they made it out to be.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know,
her dad,
yeah,
which I'll
she's
show up.
friends with
Denims is
Denims.
actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
This point was so stupid. Over half their current and former employees follow Denims. Okay. If you follow someone on a social media platform, again, does that mean you follow, like, you are like embracing and accepting all of the rhetoric they spew and all the action they do? You are fully behind it and backing it? No, that's what morons like Ian and Hassan's G-boys do. Like, bro, what are we sitting here talking about, gang? Yo, are we just, again, trying to obfuscate from that stream that Denims did where she blatantly propagated and platformed bad empanada? Like, bro, y'all trying to do this. It's not gonna work.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
instead.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint...
And I'm so happy you pointed out character, because I'm not gonna lie, again, like I keep saying, The Sims 4 with like their gestures and default stance 1 back.
was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and
Oh, Froggy Castrotonic?
Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it where...
And you're about to do it, but you blatantly admit that Froggy Tonic was like bad-mouthing and like, you know what I'm saying, slandering and defaming him.
We are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that...
That's... Yo, that's so stupid. So you're friends of almost a decade who you've made a ton of videos and collabs with that have got millions of views. You make great content with or whatever, right? Yeah, they're on the same level as Denims, another online OF Jezebel that quite literally during that time that you were friends with her, probably, or even so in the past, was a Destiny G-boy. How do y'all feel about Destiny? Like, it's tough. Yo, but let me not pull a Hassan. Oh my god, Destiny must always be on my mind.
She's a good person like we think Ethan...
He's not a good person.
...and Hila are good people. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me.
Someone's dealing with a nastier lawsuit, let me tell you.
Something worth noting is how IDubbbz doesn't mention that Ethan and Hila were targets of a false CPS call or online harassment.
He did not mention it one dime.
Instead, he focuses on how their call out affects him emotionally.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's
horrible. Yeah, I got it on the money too.
This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach us to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. I feel very...
Yeah, because your silence meant something, huh?
...insulted, and
You feel insulted? Yo, the kids that you were supposed to be raising money for charity for, they should feel insulted, you fucking moron.
I feel defensive, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people.
Again, like, it's pissing me off because it is your fucking fault, but yo, get Yoko's ass the fuck up here to apologize. Bro, it is so, oh my god, like, that just actually gets me so mad. Hold on, y'all, we getting texts. Hey, yo, heads trying to hit up Trilly like we got motion, bro. Like, yeah, bro, we're like, bro, I'm not worried about clout, bro. They not hitting a DM! It's never happening. Y'all know I don't go in them other apps, bro. I ain't gonna lie, definitely. Y'all be seeing the socials, but yo, shout out to Boss. I ain't gonna lie, cause the boss out here trying to bring my line at this John in the morning, bro. Why she never doing her job? Okay, anyway, yo, sidebar. Yeah, like, fool, Get Yoko up here to apologize, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of getting tired of hearing it from you. Again, you apologize for quite literally everything you do. It's just like, I'm done. And again, this still is your fault. We're, again, not pushing off of it being his fault. It is primarily his fault. Let's be honest here. But now Yoko gotta slide up an apology or something. Her ego been way too fucking high. The narcissism been on 10 for too long. Nah. You about to show some actual empathy. Like, bro.
People who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of
Who are they that don't suck Hassan's cock? Name them.
your harassment.
By the end of the video, IDubbbz thought it was necessary to bring in a therapist to analyze Ethan's behavior, and he had this to say.
From the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person, and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel...
Ooh, that wasn't the answer we were looking for.
Feel sorry.
Why?
And will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay.
Yeah, because why do you think he would? You're just some idiot who went over and was like, yo, man, can you give this guy a lower grade than me so I can seem like I have the better moral high ground? Like, bruh, fuck out of here.
Okay, because this is the internet, anyone can have their own official apology rating system, so I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based
and what grade do you have? A B. Ooh.
Based on my own feelings and my own rubric.
Analyzing Ethan's behavior wouldn't be the only reason the therapist was there, as he also gave IDubbbz the opportunity to cry about his own problems in hopes of garnering some sympathy from viewers.
See the dynamic of Ethan and Neil, like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like, if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Let's ask what they did. As a matter of fact, we don't need the day. Let's ask what Yoko did. Tried it, bro. Trying it, and it's failing. Seeing to where you're at right now, but what does truly know?
It goes without saying, but IDubbbz's latest content cob didn't go over well with fans. From garnering over 500,000 dislikes to having
See, I don't know. Dislike extension, just disregard that.
the entire comment section roasting him. Viewers saw IDubbbz's video as more of a
This is a huge day for leftists who were edgy in 2017. It's wild how a bunch of washed up American YouTubers mid-days were pound-sign crisis about them. Yeah, I remember this comment. This comment got mad likes.
a personal attack against Ethan rather than a coherent criticism of his content. Viewers weren't the only ones disgusted with IDubbbz's behavior, as Ethan got to share his thoughts about the video live on his stream.
Use the For You tab. For all you know,
This is your own? You don't know what's on my feed? Let's not address the fact that my friend called Gila a genocide baby killer.
Wait, your friend did?
His friend.
Oh, his friend. Okay.
Let's not address that. Let's address this by saying, you don't know what's on my feed. Are we really okay? We're hitting the.
That's the level of intelligence we're using. It's a commonality for them.
We're really taking this on.
I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away.
But you're not openly disavowing it. That's the thing, though. So it seems as though you might be a little okay with it. But that's what you said in the John. You're like, I might agree with that. Showing Froggy Tonics Jones, like, bro, what the fuck?
Because they're having a parasocial weird moment.
Okay, that's how you want to describe being a virulently fucking anti-Semitic and hateful, as a weird moment.
He still made no mention that
Just a weird crash out.
CPS was called on our children, and that
Not once.
that guy was
Celebrating
it.
justifying it.
Whether IDubbbz knew it or not, attacking Ethan with a politically charged narrative was about to cost him more than a few dislikes and harsh comments, as his controversy bled into the latest iteration of Creator Clash. By the 29th of April 2025, one of the main fighters for the Creator Clash 3 event, Harley Morenstein, tweeted that he would no longer be participating in the charity event. While Harley didn't state why he was dropping out of the event, users speculated that it was due to IDubbbz's political views and association with
Yes, is because he had brought all the drama, and this is the same thing that Freddie Wong was saying. Like, yo, he had brought like all this drama into the event, which obviously did need it. And this leads back to what everyone was saying. Yo, Ian, if you want to destroy, better yet, in your case, at least how you're thinking, if you want to revitalize your career and bring back the ever so lovable series that is Content Cop, and want to drop the worst iteration of it ever and drop Content Cop H3, even though that's, like we're saying, the worst optical decision, you should probably drop it after Creator Class 3. Nope. Do y'all know what he did? Dropped it before that. Actually, he dropped it specifically on the day while the pod was live, and Lena had seen that, which caused her to have a panic attack and have to go use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, or go hit the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, handle that. Like, bro, he's such an idiot. Like, it's so unbelievable, bro.
Pasanabi, someone that Harley had been at odds with in the past. However, looking at his conversation with Nicholas Diorio a few days prior, it seems
Pope St. Nicholas de Orio.
Harley already had concerns about how the event was being handled.
Done the next day. So now the fight is over, and we all slept in the hotel, us and you know, everyone on Twitch that got brought down. We all slept there, and the next day was this party. And I remember going to the party and seeing like professional photographer. I remember seeing some girl singing on stage. And a guy telling jokes after. And in my head, I was like, someone flew that girl down. I don't know who she is, but she got a hotel room. She may have also gotten paid to be here. I'm looking at the food on the table. I'm not really hungry. I'm like, all this food. I'm like, I was with my partner at the time. I was like, I don't know if everyone here is analyzing it the way I am, but we paid for this party. I thought money was going to charity still. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, money's going to charity, but like this party is paid for by us because we were supposed to get a bonus on top of it all.
Yeah, so you guys didn't know how bad it really was, and then you were like, did they throw us on?
Well, charity didn't get money. The fighters did not get that bonus cheese, because I know in CC one they definitely got bonus cheese. That they were debating, like some were saying it's like 50 bands, others were saying it was 30 bands or whatever. I think we're saying it's like what, all in total, like the purse plus the bonus, like 37K or something like that. But yeah, obviously CC2 and it's looking like for CC3. Heads didn't / probably for CC3 will not be getting those bonuses. Nope.
Under the bus, or
that's when I found out the sick kids paid for that party, not us actually.
Whatever his reasons were, the fact remains that Creator Clash had lost one of their biggest fighters, and it would be a struggle to replace him. Speaking of struggles, the event's organizers were having trouble selling tickets and had to remove some of the available seats.
Yep, when they this is this is so funny, because now again it brings back everything. When this started coming out that like the top row of the arena of the what is it called, like the Emily Arena, the one that's in Tampa, the Florida Arena, when like the top row they had graded all out because tickets just were not selling at all up there, that's when you really know this event, at least CC3's iteration of this event, like it was just that decline was hitting, boy.
To make sure the venue looked less empty. In a bid to save the event, IDubbbz reached out to several other potential fighters, but none of them were willing to take the offer.
Yep, Tectone. Nice Poseidon.
IDubbbz DM'd me, and he asked, how much do you weigh? So I think he's gonna try.
He said, nah, I'ma just pass on that, little bro. I'ma just pass on that, though. Facts.
To get me in Creator Clash, which, by the way, before that comes out and before that gets invited, and before I get invited to that, I'm not interested.
I'm a pass.
As if things couldn't get any worse, another fighter, Lena Ayad, also dropped out of the event the following day.
It is with great regret that we announce that Lena will not be participating in Creator Clash either.
Yes. First off, I apologize to any of the fans who were going to see Lena. It's been a lot, and Lena's just sort of been thrown in the middle.
You'd think with all these hits to the Creator Clash brand, IDubbbz would focus on salvaging the situation and
Nope. Let's turn it to 10.
Escalating the controversy. Unfortunately, it seems he only wanted to make things worse.
Of course.
On the 3rd of May 2025, IDubbbz released
Content Deputy H3.
A content deputy.
Yeah, this is where he like absolutely fucking botched the timeline and shit like that.
On Ethan and tried to blame him for the downfall of Creator Clash 3.
I was hoping that if I made a video about Ethan, he would act like an adult and he would keep the attacks
Doesn't seem like other people are acting like adults, but I'll leave it alone.
directed at me and Anisa. Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anisa and I, he started attacking our charity event.
From IDubbbz's perspective, the backlash.
Everybody at my phone, I can see. Yeah, stop labeling this shit as a charity event, especially CC3. Tiltify, the donation link, totally separate, gang. All the proceeds, you know what I'm saying, like off of the tickets and all that type of jazz. Specifically on my CC3 again. Yeah, it's going straight into pockets, bro. Straight into your pocket. Funny enough, 34%. Remember that? Like,
he and Anisa received was unjustified, and instead of taking accountability, they decided the best course of action was to hand over the event to their business partners.
Now, with this recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anisa and I, Anisa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control.
Oh man, someone's pussyfooting away.
To our business partners who ran the previous 2 events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis.
For the rest of the video,
still not too trusting.
IDubbbz addressed various points Ethan made against the Content Cop video, with the main one being on how he didn't mention the false CPS call.
The main criticism that I was seeing online with my video from Ethan and Hila is that I didn't mention the CPS call. I wonder
because you didn't.
Why I wouldn't mention the CPS call. Could it be that the CPS call happened the same day that you were shit-talking me? And I didn't.
Yeah, this is, he's fucking up the timelines. Yeah.
Didn't have any chance to defend myself. You just immediately, in the same podcast, right next to each other, said CPS call was very traumatic, and then you said fuck Ian and Anisa, and you linked those together. You kind of.
Yeah, because again, your silence meant something. You couldn't just openly disavow the whole false CPS call happening.
Layered those flavors, and then Anisa and I got a bunch of harassment. We had nothing to do with the CPS call. What are all these comments on your Reddit saying like it happened because of the CPS call?
It's so funny because again, if you look, oh shoot.
What are all these?
These are literally like Jones on a Reddit saying that he omitted it from the vid. Like, you're just showing people pointing out that you did not, like, yo, obviously add this context to the video. It's so funny.
Comments on your Reddit saying like it happened because of the CPS call. I don't entirely blame your audience for getting confused because number 1, it's a fucking cult, and number 2, you can't even get the timeline straight.
The way IDubbbz was framing the situation made it seem like people were blaming him for the CPS incident, but that wasn't the case. People called him out for not mentioning it in his Content Cop video or acknowledging that it was the reason for Ethan's outburst. He even went as far as justifying the CPS call by claiming Ethan's viewers would naturally be concerned.
So of course, Ethan, having made so many enemies over the years, other people react.
Name those enemies. Name those, again, that isn't Hassan and or his orbiters. Name those enemies.
Back to his content. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting giardia from dog poo, people are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes, anyone who's seeing that content.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Like, yo, do we really think, again, the paying members have to pay at the very least $5 a month to chat up in the chat to even write messages? Yo, you think they're about to be sitting here? Because, yo, funny enough, actually on the last stream final episode, somebody did send a hate donut. Which I'm like, yo, that's tough, bro. You sent $20. You literally gave someone cheese to hate. This is like which is funny enough, which is what's kind of happening on Denim's GoFundMe. Yo, like heads from Ethan's audience or Acer's audience are going over there. and like donating it and saying like, yo, I want to give Ethan my money or whatever, which like still to that factor is like funny, and obviously like it was supposed to be like hilarious, but yeah, let's not donate to her because that money still goes in benefit to her fight in this John, even though she's cooked like 100%, her, Denims, and Casey's run. But anyway, sidebarring, like this was the John I was talking about where like, yeah, you really think that they're like sitting here like really criticizing on like the heftiest amount, like, yo, what the fuck are Ethan and Eli doing? Like, yo, what the hell? Like, bro, this is clearly jokes. Humor, Ian. Humor. You forgot it. It's gone. It evaporated. As soon as the empathy came in, as soon as you learned the empathy, you forgot the humor. Tough.
Might be concerned enough to call CPS.
IDubbbz was desperate to paint Ethan as the villain, but similar to his recent content cop, viewers weren't going to take his side, expressing their dissatisfaction with comments like, learned the ability of empathy until it comes to frivolously calling CPS on someone. Quote, actually, it's a good thing you almost got your kids taken away from Mr. Empathy. As well as, never let YouTubers use the word empathy ever again. What makes this video—
yeah, a lot of words are just becoming like buzzwords. It just—
even more laughable is how IDubbbz automatically assumed the internet would take his side and stated the dislikes—
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know what's making these fools feel so Hollywood. Like, bro, this Hassan, this snark high, like, yo, this like Hassan orbit and or like, yeah, like being in Leftovers H3 and the snarks and all that high is really got these heads fuming. Because again, like it came out that Yoko Anisa is about to start streaming again. I'm like, yo, to who? To who? To the snark balls? Yo, does she really think she's clouded? She really thinks she about to go live and pull at— yo, this is the crazy part. She thinks she about to go live and pull at least like Denim's numbers? Nah, and Denim's numbers is non-factor numbers because, again, waiting room. Like, bro, this John is hilarious, gang.
And his original content cop were completely inaccurate.
Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video. Not so it goes in your algorithm.
I literally tell the time I don't touch grass so good. I don't have to click the like button, but I didn't, and I never was.
Algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative, or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there, because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love—
yeah, you tried that slight manipulation. Yo, man, if you touch grass, try to manipulate bulls into feeling like, yo, they got a life and all this type of jazz or whatever, yeah, it's cute, bro. You and me both know the Hassan G-Boy is not on shit, boy. They're terminally online. Again, the snarks where you got most of your info from for this content cop and deputy, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck skis here, man. You just want to try to inflate the video to look as good as possible. You know the the PR surrounding it, not good.
Of their dislike button extensions. And I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like-dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my video, and then they tried to create a narrative of like, no, people actually hate this content cop, guys. It's actually so much worse.
And why are you like trying to convince people so hard to like it if you think it's like a good video that you feel as though like is actually like good criticism of Ethan, then people will just like it. But I don't know, man. A good amount of people didn't like it so much.
Ironically, by sharing that metric, IDubbbz just proved how accurate said dislike extensions were. As one user on Twitter would put it, he then shared a screenshot providing analytics from a previous video at 61.7% ratio. However, the YouTube dislike extension showed that same video at 61.37% ratio. Seeing all of this unfold from a distance,
you see how you gotta go through all these hoops? That's why I just disregard that shit. It's just about the main overall PR of the vid. Like, yo, if like the general surrounding narrative is that like, yo, this John is bad faith, disingenuous, chimped, you know what I'm saying? And worst of all, left out the main context of the overall, yo, false CPS call. I think the video is bad. Who fucking cares about the likes or dislikes? I just think the video is dog shit.
Ethan decided to dedicate an entire section of his recent podcast appearance to clowning on IDubbbz, and shared this prediction about the future of Creator Clash.
Very proud of the event that we made with Creator Clash. It's still happening,
No,
June
it's not.
28th.
This event is not happening.
So supposedly it is Creator Clash LA at the Hollywood Palladium. So again, October 25th. So we'll see.
Obviously, I'm making a prediction. I don't think this event is happening. I think this is going to go down as one of the most monumental failures in YouTube history by a creator. And I mean,
well, the second one already has, and the stigma for the event, regardless of like who is in control of it or who runs it now, whether it's, you know, Yoko and Soy Dubs are real good touring, the stigma around the event is absolutely bombshell terrible. So like, yeah, it won't ever do good like the first one ever again, let alone surpassing it.
I was joking, but now I think it's actually true that this is going to make TanaCon look like the fucking Tony Awards.
Since writing and editing this video, IDubbbz and Anisa have somehow made the situation around
even worse.
Creator Clash even worse. From even more fighters dropping out to the charity aspect of the event being totally debunked.
Yeah, totally bullshit, because again, like I was saying earlier, the Tiltify link that leads up to the main charity to stand up to cancer, John is obviously a totally separate John, because like it was proved that he and Anisa was taking a 34% profit share from the event, which that is the ticket proceeds, you know what I'm saying, merch, all that type of stuff. And how are they taking this cheese when I thought the money is supposed to be going to charity? So then what money is going to charity? Because y'all apparently raised more than last year or whatever. Clearly, duh, because it was 0. But like, y'all raised money last year. So how does that work? Oh, wait. The money from the tickets and all that and the merch don't go to charity. Hassan bailed y'all niggas out. What the fuck is going on here? Why are we labeling this a charity event? Like, bro. BS.
Everything surrounding Creator Clash has only degraded with each passing day. Regarding the charity side of the event, it was revealed that Ian and Anisa were taking 34% of the event's profits before any donations were made. And if that wasn't bad enough, they refused to explain where the proceeds of the event were actually going while placing—
They were saying like, yeah, we're going to take the 34% and then when we get that job, we are going to donate to charity. Like, bruh, y'all niggas are pathological liars. You really thought we were believing that?
Everything under the guise of it being for, quote, charity. As one of their former commentators, Wade Plemons, put it,
problem is you don't hear the enthusiasm about it being charity event, charity event, charity event, charity event, charity event, over and over and over here, like it was marketed when it came to fruition. Now, all the stuff they're saying there is legitimately what they tried to do. They want it to be a party. They want it to be like VidCon. They want it to be like influencers all gathered in one place. That's what happened. I did see a lot of influencers there. I did feel a little bit out of place and like it was a bit more VidCon-y than an actual fight event and like a party, all under the guise of a charity.
It was a massive glaze sesh.
Event.
These concerns were further echoed by IDubbbz's former trainer, who added more
Mike and Kate
context on where all the money from the previous Creator Clash went.
I think it was you, Kate, that mentioned that he and Anisa did in fact pay for Hassan and all of his compatriots to travel to and stay at Creator Clash 2.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were talking about that long before, about how they had to fly in all these—
Man, they absolutely ate them up, bro. Oh my God. It was so bad, bro. Kate was absolutely destroying them.
People, first of all, they rented the hotel for over 300 creators and flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back. We just had a couple floors of like some place, like a nice sweet place, but it wasn't extravagant at all.
As if that wasn't embarrassing enough, their coach also revealed just how much of a stranglehold Anisa had on IDubbbz's training routine.
Yeah, more like the stranglehold she has on his life, his entire soul.
And life.
They didn't want to take time to get to know the boxing community.
Yeah.
She acted like she was better than the boxing community.
Yes.
We were in a boxing gym called Top Rank one time, and there was a guy named Jay Prince who was like the manager for Floyd Mayweather, manager for Andre Ward, and all these very high-level boxers. So for me, that's a big deal. And the owner—
That's huge.
of the gym was kind enough to introduce us, and she was like, no, I don't want to meet him. Ian's tired. We don't want to meet him.
Yo, she's such a fucking narcissist. It's so crazy. She's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about the nigga. Even though, like, knowing him could bring in some real actual connections. Fuck wanting to suck Hassan's dick, bro. This nigga is managing Floyd Mayweather. Nah, fuck that, bro. I just need that Hassan clout. I need that leftist streamer Twitch clout. Nah, fuck him. Bro. Bruh. Ian, this is all your goddamn fault, you moron. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Wait, I don't want to meet him because of what?
Yeah. Ian was tired. Yes. She would tell Ian when he was tired.
He was tired or hungry. That's hilarious.
One time we ended sparring, and afterwards everybody's hanging out, and she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry." Yes. And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
Controlling
That's
IDubbbz
still
and hindering
so
his
crazy.
training.
You're not about to walk up to me and tell me I'm hungry. Like, yo, if it's that deep and you want to leave, just go home. I don't get it. I'm going to see, yo, babe, I'm going to see you when we get home. I don't understand. Like, yo, I'm going to come back home, you know what I'm saying? Come back home right to loving you. I don't understand, even though you couldn't love this goddamn troglodyte witch. But, like, yo, in the real scenario, like, listen, babe, I feel you trying to get back home. I'm going to meet you when we get back home. It's cool. You feel me? Like, what's the word? That's no lie on that. Again, like I say, put some respect on your huns. The babes, for sure. Like, what? They need some loving. But, yeah, like I said, ain't no fucking way we loving this witch. Anyway, yeah, nah, she definitely tweaked out for that shit.
Training wasn't enough for Anisa, as she allegedly had an open crush on one of his sparring partners.
Oh, no, I messed it up. Gorgeous Gabe, though.
She was obsessed.
Big.
Avoided all of the backlash.
Wait.
Anisa, as she
was hungry.
Controlling IDubbbz and hindering his training wasn't enough for Anisa, as she allegedly had an open crush on one of his sparring partners.
Nah, Gorgeous Gabe, the Gorgeous Gabe stories are so painful, bro. Nah, Gorgeous Gabe telling him to smile and Anisa laughing in his face is diabolical, bro. Like that crash out is so justifiable. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you.
What I've heard is that she was hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but she definitely had a big crush on one of
it just hurts seeing this more and more and more. It really stamps it in how fucking bad this is for Ian.
the guys that would come in and spar with them, because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it.
In retrospect, IDubbbz could have avoided all of the backlash if he
really could have
tried to throw one of his biggest supporters and collaborators under the bus.
Like, he quite literally threw this all away, like threw his entire career, rep, and everything away for literally nothing.
Even after being rightfully called out for that, IDubbbz still felt he was in the right and tried to spin the narrative in his favor. Sadly, his efforts have only alienated the fans and creators who stood by him for most of his career, with his subscriber growth consistently in the negative and hype around Creator Clash.
Hell yeah, because who's gonna follow him now, especially after that concern trolling video? Nobody.
Completely fading, one can only hope that this fiasco will be enough to make IDubbbz see the error in his ways.
No, his life is done. Like, Yoko has an absolute, again, chokehold over his soul. It's over!
And potentially for the better, the event was also postponed to October 25th, 2025. But whether or not it will still actually take place or not is still a question to be answered. Since you watched so far into the video, make sure you subscribe for the next one.
You already know. I ain't gonna lie, gang. Shout out Internet Anarchist. We got the deserved downfall of IDubbbz. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG video? Down in the description, first link. Shirt of love, like I said with Internet Anarchist. And I ain't gonna cap. Final opinions and conjecture, keep it short and sweet, because we done yapped this boy down. Yeah, this video itself was a great comprehensive video essay on literally just, again, the downfall of IDubbbz. Everything that's been culminating with up until this point, especially with the whole, you know what I'm saying, Ethan H3 versus Ian and Yoko at this point. And Ethan versus Hassan and that whole jazz. But yeah, within the whole downfall of Yoko and IDubbbz, like, yeah, you can obviously see they caused every moment of their downfall. Undeniable. We could say, now heads obviously have their bias. You could say this is more Yoko's fault, this is more IDubbbz's fault, but all in all, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, because it is confirmed both. And that is stamped. They try to put the accountability on all these other people, trying to say that Ethan's harassing these people, starting these harassment campaigns against their friends, all this, John. Nah, let's ask what y'all did. Because y'all playing this victim complex, cry bully, John. It's annoying. Annoying. Bad optics. But y'all already know what it is. Like I said again, share the love with Internet Anarchist. And I'll catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
you.